Hi everyone, Rodney here. I thought I would do a kind of a long-term review. I've got 20 hours on the bike now, but it's a 2017 Honda CRF450RX. I've never actually done a review on the bike before, and I thought I would just kind of tell you some of the things that I really like about the bike, and then some of the things I'd still like to kind of change, and then some of the things that actually is not so hot. So anyway, that commands a 2017 CRF450RX. As you can see, I have changed the exhaust system. I went to a stainless Yoshimura RS9T. Couldn't see that spending extra money to get the titanium, as it really didn't make that much of a difference, a couple pounds maybe. A couple things I still like to do on the bike yet. I want to go ahead and change over to the black wheels. And then I'm going to have Factory Connection redo the suspension on it early next year. That's probably another thing that could definitely make some improvements. So things I like about the bike, man, it's got a ton of power. Make sure it's still working there. It's got a ton of power. I had a 2016 CRF 450R, and gosh, there's just no comparison. They say there's only 10 to 15%, depending on what article you read, difference in horsepower. But man, the way it operates is just so much different. They've definitely centralized the mass on the bike, and so even though it weighs more as an RX, the larger tank, and of course the push start or electric start rather, it just feels different than even the 16R last year. It's a lot lighter in the turns, still turns very well, but it's lighter in the turns. Now, one of the things I'm really struggling with right now, and I'm trying to figure that out, is front end traction. I'm not sure if it's the tires, just the suspension, the way it's set up. Like I said, rode it for 20 hours. I kind of leveled it out where I thought was best and where it felt more comfortable, but I really struggle with front end traction. So today I'm going back to the factory settings and going to ride it for a while and see if that makes a difference. So I did change and put ASV breakable or unbreakable levers on it, change the handle grips. So basically just, rider preference. But other than that, I really haven't done much to the bike. The one thing that you definitely can tell, it is heavier than it was last year on the 16R. You can tell that in the tight technical stuff. And like they say, it's a true race bike. It's not a enduro off-road. And so you struggle a little bit with that. Now, from the factory, one of the things that they have a problem with is the mapping on it. So everybody calls it a twitchy throttle, and basically what happened is, when you let off the throttle just a little bit, it kind of wants to get this herky-jerky feeling. And so, as a lot of people have mentioned, you can send the OEM ECU into Tokyo Mods, and they can go ahead and remap that for you. Obviously, I had to do that when I added the exhaust system, and so that definitely helped. Now, they can only change map 2 and map 3, so the number 1 is still the same. So the other thing that a lot of people have said you can do is just by tuning up the throttle a little bit, and they said that will definitely help kind of even it out a little. So another thing that I really don't like, I don't care for the tires. They're the Dunlop AT81s, and I don't know. I hear a lot of people talk about how great the tires are. To me, like I said, I'm struggling with front end traction, which on the 16R last year, they had the Dunlop MX52s, and I really like that front tire. The back tend to wear down pretty quick. That is one thing that is good about these AT81s, is they actually do wear really well. As I mentioned, I've got about 20 hours on the tread. If you look closely, I probably can't see on this side, but over here, and it's really tough to tell in here as well, but like here, you'll see a little bit of chunking. And so there is a little chunking going on. I live here in Oregon. It is pretty rocky in places. But anyway, it's a good traction tire and tends to wear really well. I just don't really like it, especially in the hard pack stuff. It's not a great tire. So anyway, I'm probably going to go back to either a MX52 or maybe find another tire that's great. The one big problem with the front tire is that due to the tread pattern, these side knobs, now they don't hold up real well through corners, but they do definitely get you out of the ruts, and that can actually be a bad thing sometimes, because you're trying to lay into a rut and then come out of the turn, and it wants to crawl up out of the rut, and you end up I guess cross-threaded, so to speak. So Anyway, cross-rutted I should say. But anyway, that's my review on the bike. Like I said, I love the bike, love the power. If I can get the suspension straightened out, get some good tires on it, I think I'm really gonna love it. Definitely love the electric start. Man, I don't think I've used a Kickstarter once. And then that was the other concern, is that I bought the 17 thinking that I'd still have the kickstart just in case the battery went dead on it. I had the bike set. Obviously it's fire season, and you know, we haven't been able to ride in the woods for about 2 months now, and I was kind of expecting the battery to be dead, and man, it kicked right over. So the batteries do last a lot longer than they say. I know you can go to the lithium-ion battery, and they say you save a couple pounds if you don't mind spending the extra money for it. But anyway, this battery's been good. Maybe once it runs out, I probably will switch it over eventually. But anyway, hope this helps you guys. If you guys decide to go with the RX, you know, it's a great bike. You know, you can look and spend a little extra money to put a few things on it to make it to your personal taste, but you'll really love it. Hope that helped. You guys have a great day.